Who was George Washington? Ask 10 Americans this question and you'll get 10 different answers. He was our first president, says the eager university student. He was our first president, answers someone else a little differently. He was an idea, a structural foundation for our country, suggests an insane retard, urinating on himself. Other answers include a military general, a man, and a hamster from a guy who thought we were talking about his hamster. One deaf woman even responded using sign language. These days, though, you may hear a new answer. George Washington was a slave owner. Dismayed, you sit down at your laptop and you try to use your fat fingers to trackpad over to Wikipedia, but they're too fat because you became a fat, disgusting fuck this semester, so you get your roommate Henry to do it. And there you see it, clear as day. By the time of Washington's death, there were 317 slaves at Mount Vernon. So it's true. George Washington was a slave owner. But before we topple his statues, before we start calling George Washington University just University, or misguidedly George Washington U, let's take a step back. Slavery, we all agree, was an atrocity. As a rich white Jew who has never faced hardship in his entire life, I know how bad it was, because my private school had a diversity assembly every February. If slavery were around now, I would send emails to my friends and roommates, quietly criticizing it. But who are we to judge historical figures by today's standards of morality? What, are we going to condemn Thomas Jefferson, the father of the Constitution, just because he enjoyed shooting poor people in the face back when that sort of thing was okay? On this President's Day, I think it's about time that we restored George Washington's legacy and celebrated his brave and righteous accomplishments. In 2 terms as president, Washington was a strong and capable leader, never once sitting in a wheelchair like notorious cripple Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And in his farewell address, Washington issued an incisive challenge to the nation: make this speech into a multiple-choice question on all future AP US history exams. So as we celebrate the anniversary of his birth, I ask that we look beyond George Washington's failings and see him for what he was, our nation's 9th best president. Let us give him the respect he deserves. I should add, for the sake of completeness,